Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of In the Kitchen with Baker Girl. Thank you, Jesus. It is another beautiful day to be in the kitchen, and today I am continuing my All About Pie series where I share with you a new take on some classic pie favorites. Now, today we are doing a creamy lemon tart, which is my take on a classic lemon pie. Now, there are many kinds of lemon pies. Some of them, there are the no-bake lemon pie, when you just fold whipped cream and with fresh lemon juice, sweetened condensed milk, and you chill it in the fridge, add some whipped cream on top, and serve it with some lemon zest garnish. That's really, really good. There are pies that use a graham cracker crust, which you can totally do. Today, I am going to be using a sweet pastry crust for this recipe, and it is really a very simple recipe. There's no tempering of egg yolks with hot lemon juice and all of those things as you do when you're making a lemon meringue pie, which is very classic and has the meringue baked on top. I do have a recipe for that on my channel. Be sure to check out my All About Pies playlist, where I share with you all of these recipes, which makes it very easy. It's all condensed into one playlist, and you can binge watch all of these beautiful pie episodes. And the best part about this pie, as with several other pies that I've shown you, if you want it to be gluten-free, you can use a gluten-free pie crust, and I have a recipe for that on my channel. Other than that, there is no gluten in any of the ingredients, so you can easily interchange it. And by the way, did you know you can make a gluten-free graham cracker crust? Yes, all you need is gluten-free graham crackers and you're good to go. You could also use a non-traditional pie crust. You can use vanilla wafers, you can use graham crackers, you can use cinnamon graham crackers, you can use animal crackers, you can use saltine crackers. There are many types of pie base recipes that you can use. So you don't have to use a traditional pie crust, which is what I'm using here. You can go all out and make it however you want to make it. You can also make this without using a crust at all. Just bake it in the oven and you would have more like a creamy lemon souffle. So you see, there is always variations on a classic recipe, and that's what I am talking about in this new All About Pie series. Now, if you've seen my other episodes on this new series for this year, we have all kinds of pies. But today I wanted something more refreshing. So that's why I'm doing a creamy lemon pie. Now, let's run over the ingredients really, really quickly. For a lemon pie, you need lemons. Now, I am using 4 large lemons, and I'm going to need about 1 cup of lemon juice. If you have, these are very fresh lemons. If you have some older lemons, they'll have more juice than these new lemons. So the longer a lemon sits, the more juicier it gets. However, the longer a lemon sits, the more tardier it also gets. So these won't have as much juice, but it'll be a little bit sweeter versus if you use older lemons. Now, I did microwave my lemons for a few seconds just to kind of soften them up a little bit. But you'll need 4 whole lemons. And if you want to do a lemon garnish, you'll need a couple of extra lemons for that too. We need egg yolks. We're not going to use the whites for this recipe. We're just going to use the yolks, and we're going to use 3 egg yolks. Sarah, put the eggs down. I have a tendency to break eggs, not by intention, by the way. And then because this is a creamy lemon pie, I have some whole milk Greek yogurt. And because this makes it a little speedy, and it also helps the texture better, I am using 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk. Now, this is not just a shortcut on the sweetened condensed milk. This helps to give you a smoother texture. If you use sugar mixed with the lemon juice, you'll get a more of a less creamy pie. But obviously, this is milk and sugar cooked together. So you'll get more creaminess than you would if you just use plain sugar. So I've got 2 cans, and I also have some vanilla bean paste because I love lemon and vanilla bean. And that is all. That's all the ingredients that goes in the pie. So I'm going to start off first by juicing my lemons. Okay, I'm gonna set a strainer over my bowl because I want to catch the seeds and everything, the pulp. You don't really want that going into the pie. So I'm just going to juice the lemons right into the bowl. This is not, this is not pretty, but it must be done. You can use limes, by the way, and make the same recipe, and you get a key lime pie. Oh, this is very messy. Okay, it's the last lemon. Grab a towel, and I'm going to transfer this into a separate bowl. Just because you want to mix the egg yolks and the sugar, the sweetened condensed milk, before you add the lemon juice. The lemon juice should be the last thing, so I'm just going to set this aside. And the lemon juice will be the last thing. And clean away these lemon heads. Smells great. Now, I'm going to go ahead and crack my eggs. And as I said, I'm going to save the whites. So don't y'all go nowhere now. I'm just going to separate the whites because we don't need the whites for this recipe. We just need the yolks. So, these egg yolks are so pretty. They're such a nice orange color. Come on. I know separation is hard, but we got to do it. Okay. And egg number 2. If you aren't sure about your eggs, whether your eggs are the freshest or not, just crack them separately in a bowl. Okay, I'm going to set the whites aside. Now, to my egg yolks, I'm going to go ahead and add in about a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Okay, maybe I'll add in a teaspoon and a half. Vanilla bean paste is fairly strong, so you don't want to go too wild. It is a little strong, but a little goes a long way, and the flavor doesn't cook out as fast as, say, vanilla extract. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my sweetened condensed milk. And I don't know about you all, but cans of sweetened condensed milk always scare me because the edges are always so ragged. So I never scrape it all out. I just never go in there and get everything out because the edges scare me. But maybe that's just me. Okay, so go ahead and pour it in. You won't miss those little extra grams in the can. And I do like my spatulas being nice and whole. And for some reason, you can use a spoon, I guess. Maybe I'll be brave today. Okay, yeah, that's enough. That's enough, though. Okay, that's enough. And I'm also going to add in my Greek yogurt. Just add it all in. And she goes. The Greek yogurt also will help to tamp down on the extreme sweetness too, because 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk is fairly sweet. And the Greek yogurt will help to kind of mellow out the super sweetness of the sweetened condensed milk. Okay, now I'm just going to take a whisk and whisk this together. Look at those pretty orange yolks. Looks so good. Just give it a nice whisk. It's going to get a little darker because of the yolks, of course. And I want to stir this without adding a lot of air, because you don't want to add a lot of air to it. So just whisk it like you're stirring it, because you're not trying to incorporate air at this point. Okay. And I have a feeling this mixture is going to make more filling than what will fit in my pie. So we may have a little extra. If we have a little extra, that'll be perfectly fine, because I know exactly something I can do with it, and I know somebody who might want it too, so it'll be fine. Okay. But again, we are avoiding adding bubbles into it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pour in the lemon juice. And you just want to pour it in. And then just mix. Because you're mixing something that's very loose into something that's quite thick. So it may or may not curdle. There she goes. Okay. There we are. That aside. And now just stir it in. Again, stir without creating a lot of air bubbles. And you'll notice as you stir it, it'll start to get thick feeling. That's pretty much the yolk of the lemon juice slightly thickening the mixture. Even without cooking it, it will thicken it. Still need to cook it, but it's gonna start to thicken. So you really can't tell. We added the lemon juice because the volume didn't go up but so much. Okay, that's enough stirring. We don't need to stir anymore. Now I'm just going to add this to my pie crust. Now, my suggestion, what I like to do, I like to pour my mixture through a strainer. That way, if there's any little bits that didn't get combined, you end up with a very smooth pie. So pour it into a strainer. You end up with a nice smooth pie. I think that's good. Okay, set that aside. Yeah, that's good. And you can see the little bits in there. Those little bits would be in your pie, so we avoid the little bits by straining it. And you end up with a very nice, creamy, smooth pie. Now, this pie is going to bake at 335 degrees. A lower temperature means it will bake more gently, and it won't blow up or explode or crack. So just bake it at a nice gentle temperature. Don't go too low, but don't go too high either. And you want to bake this at the upper middle rack of the oven. So just give it just a tiny little jiggle. And into the oven she goes to bake. Okay, the lemon pie is out of the oven and it's cooled a good bit, which is important because you don't want to break the filling when it's cooling. If you move it around a lot, it won't chill into a nice creaminess. It'll be kind of, you know, as if you stirred it. You don't want to move it and wriggle it a whole lot, but it is cool enough now for me to handle, but it's not cool enough to cut. It needs to chill completely in the refrigerator before you serve it. Now, I am going to garnish it serving. I'm not going to serve it right now, but I'm going to just show you how I'm going to garnish it. So I just took some very thin lemon slices, and I'm just going to go around and lay those lemon slices. Let's see, we might can fit one here. I get very, very technical with this sort of stuff. And then we'll fit one there like that. That's nice and pretty. And then I have a few raspberries. The raspberries are not necessary, but I think a few small raspberries on top kind of give it a little bit of a pop of color. I think I'll lay the raspberries over, if they will be still. They may not. Here we are. And that looks delicious. And you don't need any whipped cream or anything. You can, of course, if you want to. But I think this pie would be equally delicious and yummy on its own without any extra garnishes. But however you would choose to serve it. I hope you will give this recipe a try. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my channel for all the other pie recipes. The written recipe is included in each video. And I hope that you will give this recipe a try. If you do, leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. And the full written recipe will be in the description box below, as it is in all of my pie recipes. The written recipe is in the description box, so be sure to check that out. And the next time, I will see you guys again in another video. Take care, y'all. Bye.